Once upon a time, in a forest that was home to all kinds of animals, there lived a lynx named Lexi. Now Lexi was no ordinary lynx. She was a stealthy hunter, perfectly camouflaged with the snowy white fur on her belly and the grey on her back blending in perfectly with the trees. Her sharp claws and powerful paws made her the queen of the forest when it came to chasing down prey. But Lexi had a problem. She was a creature of habit. Every day she would wake up with the sun and immediately start hunting for her favorite meal, the juicy red berries that grew in the forest. She would spend her days leaping from tree to tree, her keen eyes scanning the ground below for the ripest berries, and she would spend her nights curled up in her cozy den, dreaming of berry pie. One day, while Lexi was out hunting for berries, she noticed something strange. The forest floor was littered with the bones of small animals, and yet there wasn't a single berry in sight. It seemed like the perfect hunting ground, but where were the berries? Lexi searched high and low, but she couldn't find a single one. Looking for berries, Miss Lexi. Lexi turned around and saw a little mouse with a twitching nose and whiskers that seemed to be grinning at her. "Who are you?" Lexi asked, her voice echoing through the silent trees. "I am Max, the fastest mouse in the forest," he replied with a wink, "and I know where the best berries are." With that, Max darted away, leaving Lexi in the dust. Lexi was furious. How dare this little mouse outsmart her? But then she had an idea. She could follow him and steal his stash of berries. So off she went, leaping from branch to branch, determined to catch up to the little mouse. Max led Lexi on a merry chase through the forest, over logs and under bushes, across open fields and through tall grasses. Finally, he stopped and turned around to face Lexi. "You're not gonna believe this, Miss Lexi," he said with a smile. "The berries are right here." And with that, he disappeared into a hole in the ground. Lexi couldn't believe her eyes. There, right in front of her, was the biggest bush of the ripest, juiciest berries she had ever seen. But how could she get to them? The hole was too small for her to crawl through. Just then, she remembered what Max had said. He had called himself the fastest mouse in the forest. If she could be as quick and nimble as a mouse, she might just be able to make it through the hole. So Lexi took a deep breath and tried to squeeze her large paws and body through the narrow opening. It was tight, but she managed to wriggle through and found herself in a secret stash of berries. She ate her fill and then some, and then she heard a voice behind her. That was quite a performance. Miss Lexi startled. Lexi turned around and saw Max with a twinkle in his eye. "I knew you'd come for more," he said with a smile. "And I also knew you wouldn't be able to resist stealing my stash." Lexi hung her head in shame. "I'm sorry, Max," she said. "I didn't mean to steal your berries." "It's all right, Lexi," Max replied with a wave of his hand. "We all have our weaknesses. Besides, I have plenty of berries to share." And so the two unlikely friends spent the rest of the day feasting on berries together. From that day on, Lexi was never the same. She had learned the value of adaptability from Max's nimble ways in changing environments. And she realized that sometimes the smallest creatures can teach the biggest lessons.